Humans are the only animal that cries. Like elephants and dogs have been observed to do something that resembles crying out of emotional distress, but for the most part, humans are the only animal that actively cries from our eyes due to sadness, grief, happiness, emotional stress. And we breed it out of men. We literally take a function that is specific to humanity and the human experience, and we kill it off in boys. And then we wonder why they get angry and perform mass shootings and hurt people and punch walls when they're upset, because they have no mechanism to release their emotional experience, which is a fundamental part of being a human. So I want you to remember that the next time that you see a man be very frustrated. And men, I want you to really consider that when you talk to your boys, when you talk to your sons, when you talk to yourself. God loves your tears. The universe loves your tears. The universe, evolution, gave you tears for a reason. Please don't kill them.
If you wanted to, you could kill me. I would say that you would never do that. But there is not a 0% chance of that happening. A lot of that has been weighing on me lately. And I'm scared to talk to you about it because I don't want you to get the idea to do anything.
Thank you for sharing that with me. That is emotionally powerful.
Put down your phone. Or post your phone screen time right now. Before we get into why you're even talking about, what you mean you didn't want to bring it up because you didn't want to give him any ideas? Yo, this is why I say, man, being chronically online is very, 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 very dangerous. No person with a phone screen time of less than 3 hours would ever cry boohoo tears to their husband talking about, I didn't want to tell you and talk to you about this, but I just came to the realization that you could literally unalive me, and I didn't want to talk to you about it because I'm scared that you would want to do that after I told you about it. I couldn't even imagine my wife coming up to me talking about, I didn't want to tell you that I felt this way because I thought you might actually do it. I would get a divorce just off of the strength. What you mean, bro? And then you recording it to post it on TikTok? Bro, you need to be on medicine. Put the phone down.
Just leave me alone, man. Just leave me alone. Everybody, all the men in the comments have the same sentiment. Imagine you get off a 12-hour shift and you got to come home to this. She said, you walk in, the house is dark. You only see one light. There's only one light on in the house. There's only one light on in the house. And you already know what's up. You already know what's up. So you walk in there, the desk lamp on, and she over there sitting by the window, looking out into the distance. It's dark outside. You can't see nothing. But she's staring out at nothing. And then all of a sudden you gotta be like, are you okay, babe? Knowing what the answer's about to be. And this when she unload on you. After about 2 or 3 rounds of, are you okay? Are you sure? Are you okay? Well, I'm gonna go get changed to get something to eat. I'm starved. As soon as you're about to end or finish with I'm starving, then that's when she unloads on you. One of the worst positions that any man can be in. Top 10 worst nightmares for a man.
Gentlemen, men, all the men out there, please share with us what it is like to be a man in today's world. I've asked this question before on here, and I got a lot of really wonderful responses to really give insights. And if I'm going to do everything in my power to bridge this gap and remind people that men are needed, then we need to give insight into what it is like to be you. Because I feel like there is so much pressure on your shoulders. And I can't imagine being in a world where you feel like everyone doesn't need you and everyone doesn't like you. I can't imagine that. So I just want to get insight into what it is like to be a man in today's world. What do you wish the world knew? Because if you can share with me, then I will do everything in my power to get that message out there so that we can keep reminding the world that you are needed and you're so freaking important, that we need men, wonderful, wonderful men who are amazing leaders, amazing fathers, amazing husbands, amazing just people in this society. There's so much that you do that are not a woman's God-given talents, and we need both. We need to honor and just remember that we're not a divide, that we need men and we need women, and we need to honor both of our strengths. Anyway, I'm rambling. Please write in the comments what it is like to be a man in today's society.
When did we get to the point that we forgot that men are human too? Like, why is that such a statement that I continuously hear all the time in videos, response videos, content? Well, men are human too. Oh, I forgot that men are human too. Oh, you know, I just thought about the fact that men are human too. Like, what did we think that men were? What were y'all thinking men were? And what made y'all think that they were anything but human too? What made you all think that they did not have feelings, or they're not going through things as well, or they don't have hardships as well? It's not to negate our hardship and the things that we as women go through. But what has led some people to not view men as humans too? That is my question. Because I've just never sat and thought, oh, well, you know, he's human too. You know, he has feelings too. I've just automatically been like, I have feelings, he got feelings. I'm human, he's human. Adam and Eve. I mean, I got issues, he got issues. He has things that he's battling, I have things that I'm battling. I've just never thought about it like, oh man, you know what? He got feelings too. Like, I don't know. Help me to understand. Let's talk about it. Because if that is where we're coming from now, that's where we're starting off. It's a good place to start off, but why are we even there? I feel like we should be farther than that. And if we're not viewing our partners and the men in our lives and men in general as human beings with feelings, with emotions, with hardships, with life, we have an even bigger issue here. And we got to resolve that first before trying to resolve all these other things. Think about it, pray about it. Let me know what you think.
Apparently, guys don't care what you do for a job. They care about how you make them feel. So I've been dating wrong for the last however many years, thinking that building my career, staying financially independent would attract the right kind of man, when in fact, I could have been a waitress as long as I make him feel like a king.
Oh guys, I'm walking to the pregame right now and I realized that I literally flashed my clam in one of my videos. Don't look, it's already deleted. I don't know how many people saw it. I literally just was rewatching it because I'm obsessed with myself, like on my walk to this pregame, and I was like, I'm not even wearing, I might as well be wearing granny panties with the color of my thong right now. Holy, wow. That was crazy. Anyways, sorry for posting my bush on Maine, essentially. Holy. Anyways. Bye.
I promise I'm not trying to be a hater. But what's up with y'all, like, when a man posts a video and they're like, they're describing some physical attribution for women and they're like objectifying women. Here come the bird in the comments auditioning for whatever the man is saying. Like, I just saw the Nelk Boys podcast and they're like, what's the type of, like, what's the race of women that you go for the most? And this guy goes, Asian. I just had my first Asian last week. Vietnamese. I don't know, man. They just, whatever the dumb they were saying. And here come in the comments, I'm Vietnamese. We're just the best. Shut the up.
So I was on a date with a guy. I ordered food and coffee, and he ordered just the tea. He ate half of my food, and when the bill came, he said, "You order food, you pay, and I'm gonna send you money back for my tea." he will not send me this money, and he ate half of my food, and I paid. And man say something about women using men just for food. Look at this, what's happening in the world. I mean, I was so angry. You have no idea how angry I was, but I just paid and I blocked him. I mean, he ate half my food. I'm so hungry. I'm going to a coffee shop right now to eat more. Jesus Christ, guys, grow up. Not like he actually bite little bit. He actually eat more than half of my meal. Oh, Jesus.
Of course having a boyfriend is embarrassing. Are you kidding me? Now more than ever, we have more female CEOs, we have more female homeowners. Women are absolutely dominating in every single form in society, whereas men continue to decline. The men are getting uglier, the women are getting more beautiful, the men are getting dumber, the women are getting smarter. Women are pursuing the arts, their dreams, their goals. Men have none. It seems like the vast majority of all men are bums and losers, and the ones that do make money are narcissistic and evilish. There is absolutely no benefit in being with a man. Stick with me. For generations, the one benefit of being with a man was financial. Now that is going away. That is a rare benefit to even find in a man and a romantic partner. These men don't want to help you. And let's say you do actually bag a man who has money. Going back to my previous statement, the ones that do have money are narcissistic and evil. So that man is forever going to hold his finances over your head. If a man can feed you, he can starve you. And that's what they're doing. So going after a man for financial gain and for stability in today's society is a moot point. It's no longer something that we can really seek out. Some may say that the benefit of being with a man is companionship. I don't know if y'all ever had a dog before, but that's a whole lot better. Having friends, roommates, that's a whole lot better than having a man in your life depleting all of your assets and beauty and youth and life from you. Therefore, having a boyfriend, having a man next to you is like showing the world, I choose to have a leech in my life. I choose to have this person who's draining me, who is not benefiting me at all. And in fact, I would probably be a lot farther in my life if I didn't have him next to me. And it's being proud of that. It's being proud of a leech standing right next to you, who's probably uglier than you. So yeah, dude, having a boyfriend is embarrassing as hell. And it always has been, but it's a lot more embarrassing nowadays than it has ever been. Stay single.
Wrong messenger, gang. You with us. I don't know whose team you thought you was on. You with us, gang. You with us. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This girl said, I don't need a man. She said, have you ever tried a dog? Have you ever tried a dog? They're way better companion than these men are. And they're not going to deplete you of your resources and your beauty. They won't deplete you of your resources and your beauty. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would have said that life has already done a pretty good job of that. You have a blessed day, ma'am.
I feel like the art of approaching women in public is dead. I was having a conversation with some guy friends that rely on the dating apps. And I told them there's some great women that are not on the dating apps. So what do you know, the only way to meet them is in real life. So we have to start approaching more women in real life. do it at the grocery store, do it at a wellness event, do it at the gym, like obviously in a respectful manner, but just do it. You know, I feel like men aren't doing that anymore. But they said that sometimes women don't take it the right way, or maybe like they don't let them down in a nice way. And I feel like I do have to talk to my fellow ladies, okay? Now, if they do it in an unrespectful way, or if they're creepy, or you know what I mean, like I totally understand, like, you know, being disrespectful back. But if they genuinely came up to you and just tried like in a respectful manner to approach you, like that took a lot of guts, okay? So don't be mean. Like I feel like there's definitely ways to let a guy down easy. Like if he's not your type, I totally get it. I'm not saying you have to talk to him, but like, you know, I feel like I put myself in a man's in a man's shoes, and I'm like, if I saw a beautiful woman, and I was just like, just do it, just say something, and I approached her and I just said something, and she was like no, like just imagine, then that's gonna make them want to do it less, right? And so I heard this on a podcast actually. Then what happens is now he's gonna be discouraged to do it again. And what if the next girl that he would have done it to was like his proper, you know, his match? Now I'm on the girl side 100% always. Like I'm a girl's girl through and through. I'm just saying, as women, my single ladies I know are absolutely done with the dating apps. Like I know that back when I was single, like a long time ago, I tried it like once or twice. I absolutely hated it. I was like, there's nothing worse than truly like not catching someone's vibe right away. And that's what I don't like about the dating apps. You automatically in person, you can tell if a guy has like the wrong intentions, or if he's creepy, or if he's there for the wrong reasons, you know what I mean? But in person, right away, you can know, okay, I'm gonna go on a date with this guy or not. And your intuition might be wrong. Like, you know, if you meet him in person, you might end up going on a date with him and it sucks. But it's different. And I think both men and women know that. So the message here is, men, you need to start approaching more women in public, okay? And listen, if she rejects you, if she says no, she just wasn't the one for you. It's as simple as that, okay? And women, if they do approach you, in a respectful, kind, intentional way, let's let them down easy.
No, because why is it that like the hot things men can do are either one, educational, such as like wearing glasses or reading a book, or two, heroic and powerful, such as like being a firefighter and like, you know, physically picking up women or rescuing dogs. And then you're like, well, what are the hot things women can do? And it's literally just like being naked.
We are on day 14 of me talking to the camera and getting to know you guys. My last video blew up a little bit more than I thought, and I'm so thankful. I received nothing but positive comments and feedback and DMs, so we'll see what goes on with that. Super excited, just a little step towards the right direction. But I kind of wanted to ask and talk about, I feel like we no longer have men approaching women out in farmers markets, bars, restaurants, wherever we're out, events. I feel like we all kind of get into our little groups that we're in. There's definitely more like eye contact going back and forth, but I feel like if that's ever happened to me, I've had to make the move eventually. So women, I'm sure you're seeing this a lot more too. Are you curious? Like, are you wondering why as well? Men, I think a lot of us women want to know why you guys aren't approaching women, and like full transparency, just let us know. Like, is it fear of rejection? Is it because women are rude to you? Like, why are we not having men come up to women anymore and making that first move? Because I feel like a lot of us would be at a different spot if that was the case, because I'm kind of over it. I've done that a few times now, and I don't really want to be constantly having to be the one to initiate the first conversation or something, you know, especially out when I see somebody in public. Like, I'm going to give you those cues for you to come up to me, but it doesn't happen. So men, what is going on? Just let us know.
because I want to know. Anyways, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and we'll see you later. Bye.
You know, some of these women seem like nice women. Nice women, chill. They would be cool to hang out with. Beautiful women, I would say. I think she's pretty cute. Yeah, pretty cute. Nice smile. She does herself up. She takes care of herself. That's what men want. What men don't want is foolishness, right? So the reason y'all are having to approach is, you can kind of say this question is why y'all are having to approach. Men have been telling you guys the answers over and over again, and y'all, seems like y'all been living under a rock. Y'all been living, in a different part of the world, I guess, and y'all are just now coming back to, I'm not 100% sure, but y'all keep on asking this question, and men keep on telling y'all over and over again, this is why. Okay, explain it to me again. I didn't already told you. I didn't already broke it down to you multiple times. And I'm not even trying to be rude, but like, what else do you want me to say? What else is there to say? You're not interested in me. That's why I'm not approaching. If you really don't like me like that, that's why I'm not approaching. It usually goes the guys that you're interested in are in the top 15 or 10 to 15% of men. So naturally, if they're in the top, then it stands to reason that you're going to have to approach them because they're in the top 10 to 15%. You do have some extra, like if you look at it from a standpoint of academics, people who go to the top schools, you got to be really smart. You got to be really gifted and talented for them to go after you. But if you're still kind of trying to make your way up there, then you're going to have to approach them and tell them why. You're going to have to jump through hoops and tell them why. It works the same way with recruiting, right? Yeah, they tell you, yeah, you got to go through the process. It's a formality just so we don't get in trouble, but you pretty much got the job. Same thing if you go to the NBA and the NFL, MLB, any other sport. If you have the talent, the raw talent, then they're going to run after you. I mean, think about LeBron James or Kobe Bryant when they were coming out of college. Straight out. Well, not even out of college. I'm sorry. Out of high school. Straight out of high school. Everybody's running after him. One of the most sought after athletes. And they went on to have great careers. Right? So, for good reason. But everybody chases you. Everybody wants to know where you're going. Even in his old age, people are talking about LeBron James. Even in his old age, like, oh, he's still this, he's still that. LeBron James, in a lot of ways, still dominates the headlines because he's been that good. He's been that consistent, and I give him respect, right? Y'all be thinking that y'all are LeBron James. Y'all be thinking that there's multiple of you guys when it's really the man that you're going after that would be in the position of LeBron James. Like everybody wants him, so he don't have to chase nobody. He can just pick who he wants to sign with. He can pick. Actually, honestly, if they would have let him, LeBron James could probably play for multiple teams. Fly to another city and play for the team. Fly to another. Oh, you let me have him for 10 games. They would do that if they could. That's what these modern women. That's what these men can do. They can have multiple of you guys because y'all don't care. Y'all ain't worried about that. Y'all just want a piece of him. Y'all are getting the T app, or are we dating the same guy and write a review about him? And girls know how other girls talk. Women know how other women talk. So they'll read the comments and oh, he's disgusting. He's this, he's that. But they'll be able to read in between the lines and say, because you're going to leave a little nugget in there to say that he's pretty good at this or at that. And, it was worth the experience, but I'm looking for love long term. I mean, a good one night stand, a good fling, a good situationship. Oh, great in bed. But, for long term, like me, I'm looking for long term. I'm not into that anymore. Then not for me. And the other girls go, well, all of a sudden, I want something short term too. All of a sudden, I want something casual too. And the cycle continues. So we keep on telling you guys, y'all thinking that y'all can just lay back and have LeBron James approach y'all. No, it don't work that way. You're going to have to approach him.
A lot of women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize he's not easy to deal with. A good man isn't convenient. He doesn't bend to chaos. He doesn't abandon his values just because emotions run high. And this is where confusion starts. If you've never experienced emotional maturity, you'll misread it every time. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him distant because he protects his peace. You call him detached because he refuses to beg for approval. But that isn't coldness. That's self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. He doesn't chase chaos. He doesn't chase emotional volatility. He builds, he leads, he creates order. And for people raised in dysfunction, peace can feel boring until it's gone. Stability doesn't trigger adrenaline, but it does build a life. A good man requires partnership, respect, and emotional regulation. Good men don't bend, they build, and the right woman doesn't fight that. She rises to meet it.
She's a hot mess. She's a psychopath.
What is all this? What is all this? Alex, come on out.
You got to pull it together for those kids. You got to have some level of decorum, some level of respect. I mean, this is still their father, right? Women who can't do that, bottom of the barrel, I'm telling you, man.
There was this great study done in Boston. So they took 6 to 9 month old infants, pre-verbal, no idea what boys and girls are, obviously. They had them sit on their parents' lap and watch 2 sets of videos. And they could choose which video they were watching. One video was an adult hugging a balloon. The other video was an adult hitting a balloon. And then after watching the videos, they were given a balloon and they could choose what they wanted to do with it. So both boys and girls had the opportunity to choose whatever they wanted. The girls chose to watch the video of the adult hugging the balloon, and the boys chose to watch the video of the adult hitting the balloon. And then obviously once they got the balloon, the boys instantaneously went to hitting the balloon, and it made them laugh and giggle, and just there was so much pleasure in it, right? Stuff like this just debunks any sort of idea that differences are socialized. It's just ridiculous. It is so biological.
Have you ever slept with someone the same day you met them?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What's the quickest you've ever hooked up with a guy?
Probably the guy I lost my virginity to, and it was after like an hour.
1 hour? Wait, wait, hold on. Rewind.
I lost my virginity to him.
Virginity?
Yeah, after an hour of knowing him, I was 15 and he was 19.
Whoa, okay, hold on. There's a lot there to unpack a little bit. To take a virginity in 1 hour? Damn.
Yeah, and then like 2 months later, I saw his mugshot posted online because he robbed this hotel
that's so
nearby.
romantic.
It was so weird.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Just her whole nonchalant attitude. These women out here are fast. They're fast, and so they're looking for anybody. Within an hour, hey, I'm looking for the experience. Riz me the heck up. Riz me up. Let me know what's up. Let me know what's going on. I'm ready to do it. Protection or not, I'm ready right now. Take it. It's yours. When these women get good and ready to do something, as you can see, they're going to do it. And then she said, I saw his mugshot. Falls in line with what I was thinking.
When do children realize that their moms are bad?
You know, it's interesting. It really depends on the kid. Some children recognize really early, and I mean like 7, 8, 9, that mom's making stuff up, that mom's telling stories about dad. Sometimes it takes them a lot longer. Sometimes it goes into their teens and maybe even early 20s before they recognize that mom was the lying, manipulative person and dad was actually the good guy through it all. If you want to learn how to fight that stuff, if you're fighting in family court because you have to go to court to get more time with your kids, because you got a bad mom for your kids, you should check out my book, Dad's Child Custody Action Plan, and come join us in the VIP program at dadslawschool.com. Have a great day, and remember, I think you're freaking awesome.
If you want more time with your kids, join our VIP program today.
Ma'am, what? And you really wrote the caption and you're like, that's the one. Just delete all your social media. Just delete everything.
Hey, where was you at? Why wasn't you? You didn't answer your phone. I don't care what you got to say. Hey, where you at? Oh, traffic do be crazy at this time, for real. You hungry? Well, I made spaghetti, but if you want that, I can make that. We could just have double. Okay, baby, I'll see you soon. Love you. Can't wait to see you. That's why they like us.
Bum stickity bum stickity bum hunt. I got that up, but I can be fireable. Diddly bum, here I come, Sophia Piper. I'm hyper.
Dad needs a court order just to get a weekend.
In stage of dating now, where if we're dating, meaning we're going on dates, we're seeing each other consistently, we're talking, whatever. You know, I don't even like saying talking anymore. That feels just very childish to me. I don't know. But if we're dating and I tell you, hey, I have this problem. There's this problem. It could be a small problem. Like I could say, you know, it's late and I need gas in my car. Something like that, right? It could be something minuscule. If I tell you a problem and you do not respond to me with the solution to that problem, but you respond to me with like, oh, dang, that's crazy. Or what are you going to do? Or something that puts finding the answer to the problem back on me, I immediately know you're not my husband. Immediately, because the man that I'm supposed to be with is a problem solver and wants to solve my problems in a way that takes the pressure off of my shoulders. So if you don't have the answer to the problem, you're not.
This brother in the comments said you got to be attractive first. Another guy says the begging doesn't stop. Another guy says, why is it my responsibility to solve your problems? Another guy says, if you can't solve your own problems and need me to do it, then I don't want to be your man. Facts.
900 comments. 900 comments from men saying that they will never open their heart to a woman again. Guys, this breaks my heart for you. I know I can't make every woman safe, but I can change me. So tell me, how do I make a safe space? What makes a woman safe to you?
Men are going crazy online around should they be approaching or not? Do men fear being called creepy or not? Like the list goes on. And what makes me really sad to see is how a lot of people let uncomfortable things in life harden them. They let rejection specifically harden them. And there's this now wave of men online and probably in real life that just deeply hate women because maybe a woman has hurt them in the past, rejected them, and they've taken that so to heart, and maybe it has happened multiple times, that they then have created this narrative that all women are the devil and women do not want men to approach. And it makes me sad for two reasons. Reason one is that there are probably a lot of women who are not letting down guys gracefully, and so it reinforces this narrative, especially for very insecure men. And number two, the men that are just struggling in silence are turning to hatred and really negative emotion to kind of weaponize women. And that's not healthy either. So I am hopeful that we can build a better society moving forward by talking about this. But at the same time, no matter how many people are online talking about these topics, like nothing's actually going to change unless people start to listen and behave different.
Dude in the comments said, dodging that accountability like prime Muhammad Ali. Another guy says, or, hear me out, it's the billion videos on social media where women are dragging them through the mud. Hope this helps. Another guy says, why is indifference hate? Most men just simply don't care. We're truly living our best life. Women have the blueprint for a better society, and we men are waiting on this utopia. I think they feel like you hate them because you pull back. What modern women want the option to do is talk to you like you're a dog. And then they want you to accept that and say, well, you know, still take care of me. Basically, I'm trying to get you to grovel. I'm trying to get you to do what I want you to do. And you're not doing that. You need to be doing that, but you're not for some reason. So, you know, you must hate me. You need to be a human being. There was this, a woman basically that was talking about a study that was done just recently, or not recently, sorry, It was done where young kids, basically, they were watching somebody cheat. And when the boys watched somebody cheat, the pleasure receptors or whatever, the pleasure center in their brain lit up, whereas the women empathized. The part in their brain where empathy is lit up. When both people saw somebody that did something that was right and it was fair, then they got done wrong, then both of their centers of empathy, basically, and I'm kind of simplifying it, both of their centers of empathy lit up, right? So I say that to say that modern women, even though they do things that are unfair and they take cheap shots and digs at men, they still want the man's, instead of the man's pleasure receptors of like, oh, you getting what you get, instead of that lighting up, they want their empathy receptors to light up. Be like me. Allow me to do whatever I want. Excuse me in doing whatever I want. One thing that once again, I can't remember her name. Her first name is Helen. She talked about, and she wrote articles and papers on how feminism is hurting society, or something similar, is that modern women continue to try to force a man to be how they are. Continue to try to force a man to do what they want the man to do. And if he doesn't, then he hates women. Man can't be indifferent. He can't be a person that just backs up from society. What you're supposed to do is see what I'm doing and allow me to do that. And then say, no, you're okay. Continue to do all of that stuff. Even though it's foolishness and nonsense, continue to allow me to talk to you any kind of way, to do you any kind of way, to trash you, to dunk on you, because we're superior to you. And that's what we should be allowed to do. And when men say, no, that's quite enough. We've allowed you to dunk on us, literally, maybe not dunk, but we've allowed you to bash us and talk about us for far too long. And we've agreed with you. There's another person that talked about that. She used to be a feminist. She said, men one year went to this coalition where they were going to, kind of listen, basically be in solidarity with women, and to kind of, hey, we hear where you're coming from. We understand you, and we want to help. Instead of the women coming there to say, okay, let's do it. This is our plan. This is how we think that we can move forward as a society. They came in there to dump on the men, to just rail on them, to talk about them, to just rant and rave and go on some stupid tangent for no reason, when the men were there to help you out. The woman talking about this said they just straight up lied about some of the things that the men did. Straight up lied. Oh, they didn't give us access to this. Lying. You already had access to that. Some of the best schools. You're lying. But the men, when they wrote up that little coalition or whatever it is, they still signed it. Modern women want to go over there, trash the man, talk down to the man, talk sideways and crazy to the man, and they want the man to sign off on it. And when men say, no, we're not going to do that. If you don't want me to disrespect you, you don't disrespect me. If you want me to respect you, then give me that same respect in return. Modern women get upset, almost as if you didn't say something sideways to them. Almost as if you didn't say something wrong to them. Nope. I just know that you're not going to keep on acting a fool and me allow you to do that. Not in my face. I just go somewhere else. And modern women don't like that, because they want you to stay in their face while they talk about you, laugh, joke about you, right in your face. Men say enough is enough. Once again, God says it's a billion videos on social media where women are dragging men through the mud. Another guy says, we're just matching your energy. Another man says, why is indifference hate? I'm indifferent to what you got going on. It is what it is. I don't hate you guys. I just doing something else. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not allowing you guys to continue to keep bothering me. I'm not gonna. I don't dislike you. It's just I'm not over there hanging out with you anymore. And modern women don't like that.
I have seen a lot in my career as a family law attorney, but this case takes the cake. So go ahead and grab y'all snacks now. And for this story, you might need to grab a little liquor. As you guys know, it's almost divorce season, so I'm giving you guys some of my craziest cases so y'all can be prepared. If you don't know what divorce season is, watch this video. If you're watching on TikTok, it's in the divorce playlist. If you're watching on Instagram, it's the video pinned right above. My last video was me representing the wife, and as promised, this video will be about me representing the husband. And boy, was it a mess. So the husband ends up hiring me. He's a surgeon, and his wife is an assistant principal. So you would think that these would be people who have some common sense. So wife gets caught cheating, but not just with anybody. She's cheating with one of her students at the school, they daddy. Y'all, the grass cutters just pulled up. Ignore the loud sounds in the background. So anyways, he's like, she can't have nothing. I don't mind taking care of our children, but she can't have a penny. No alimony, not the house, not retirement, nothing. I will only provide for the children. I was like, okay, let's talk about it. So I'm asking, do you guys have a prenup? No. Post-nup? No. How long have you been married? He tells me 9 years. And I'm like, well, we might want to get a move on things. Because once you've been married 10 years, I already know she's going to ask for spousal maintenance, which is what a lot of states call alimony. So we move it. So I file for divorce, get her served, bring her to court on a temporary order hearing, getting discovery done. Like, we getting this thing rolling. Then all of a sudden, the worst thing possible could have happened. The wife gets pregnant. Not by my client, allegedly, but by the mistress man. Why is this the worst news ever? I'm glad you asked. You cannot get a divorce in Texas if the wife is pregnant. If you want to know all about why you cannot get a divorce while pregnant, watch this video. And what makes this 10 times worse, not just the fact that she's pregnant and it derailed our entire plan, but she's married. So in Texas, by law, her husband is the child's father until we can prove it otherwise. In Texas, we have something called presumed fathers, and y'all, that's some dangerous stuff right there. And if you want to know more about that, watch this video, and that's in the custody playlist. Just when I thought the pregnancy was the worst news ever, no, here she come, pregnant for a whole different man, but my client is stuck in this situation. And she's not even claiming that my client is the father. So we're all on the same page here of what's going on. This is the part of the story where I need you to take a sip of your liquor. So then one day, this lady comes into my office, and she wants to speak to me, and she has some documents she wants to show me. Long story short, the pregnant wife and her best friend fell out. So she was here to deliver evidence to me to bury the wife. Y'all, I'm trying to get the sun out of my face. Just work with me. So she has all of these text messages printed out, and I'm reading their conversations. But one of the most disturbing things that I read was that the wife was planning on poisoning my client in hopes that he goes to glory and she becomes a widow because they don't have a will and she would get everything. Of course, I show these text messages to my client. He's thinking about pressing criminal charges. But then fast forward to a couple weeks later, unfortunately, she loses the baby due to a miscarriage. And then all of a sudden, I just stop hearing from my client. So I'm reaching out to him. He's not answering my calls. He's not responding to my emails. And this is not like him. So I'm like, oh my God, like, did this lady get to him? Like, is he poisoned? Then a couple weeks later, I get an email. He thanks me for all of my hard work. But basically, he says that he wants to work on his marriage. Him and his wife are getting back together. And my services were no longer needed. Now, as a married woman, I truly wanted to be happy for him and for them that they were able to, find their way back to one another. But as his attorney, after all that occurred, this lady was making plots and plans to kill you. All I could think about was, ain't that a shame? It's been years now, and sometimes I just think about, where are they now? So I want to take a poll in the comments. I want you guys to guess, do you think they're A, still happily married, B, she ended up poisoning him and he's with our Lord, or C, they're divorced? Before I let you go, for you guys who have a sweet tooth like me, my candy company, we're running a sale on our white chocolate pralines. I know some of you guys refuse to give up calling them pralines, but that's another conversation for another day. White chocolate is on sale right now on our website. And just so you can see the comparison, this is what white chocolate looks like, and this is what rum looks like. And you know I love y'all, so I'm going to give y'all an extra coupon so y'all can save even more money. And what should the coupon code be? ATAS for Ain't That a Shame. Let me know your thoughts on this story, and I will definitely see you in the next one.
It honestly sounds like they're both toxic. Like, she got something going on, he got something going on, and they were going back and forth, and they ended up at divorce. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you're not gonna do that. Oh, you gonna do that? Okay, well, I'm gonna take you to divorce. Oh, well, I'm gonna do it. And you know what I'm going to do? It's not gonna work because I'm gonna take this, that, and then he was so upset about the baby is probably what it is. And then when the baby was no longer in the picture, they figured they would start over, and just, okay, I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing, and you stop doing what you doing, and hopefully we can work this out. So they probably doing something. Both of them was doing something.